It's Wednesday, October 8th in Los Angeles in Canada, and this is a show called What Chaos? Hello, folks. My name is David Bean. I sit beside Pete Blackburn, and across this lovely Kings broadcasting area, recording space thing is the Zamboni guy himself, Sean DePaz. Pete, we've been calling him the Zamboni guy.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Just hammering that right into Sean's brain all day. Today and yesterday.
No room for it. It's already gone to his brain. It's gone. There's so much stuff in his brain. He was, we'll tell you all about it, but we had an eventful night last night. We've been loving LA, and we finally got to kick off the NHL season in LA last night. It was unbelievable. Pete, could you tell the folks what will be on today's show?
Would love to do just that. Today on the show, we're going to talk about surprises and Zamboni rides because you had both of those in LA yesterday. We're going to talk about the free agents of Wall Street. Spoiler alert, they just don't exist.
They're not fucking leaving.
They're not fucking leaving. Well, they can't be free agents if they don't fucking leave.
True.
So
the pending free agents of Wall Street.
You can be free agents and not leave.
Yeah, Brock Besser.
Yeah.
A lot of guys are free agents and don't leave the couch ever.
Jack Roslovic.
Yeah, Jack Roslovic
still not working.
Unsigned.
My man is just, I don't know what he's doing, but he's not playing hockey. That's crazy.
My guy on Cobra.
That's a joke for the unemployed.
Yeah.
We are also going to be joined by the great Daryl Evans. We recorded an interview with Daryl Evans, LA Kings broadcaster, former LA Kings player, LA Kings franchise icon and legend. He joined us. He's just a wonderful, magnificent human being. If you ever watched a Kings game and you've seen the guy in the spectacular suits, that's Daryl Evans. Stay tuned for that. And then finally, yesterday's pronunciation is not today's pronunciation. Very excited about that.
I haven't watched any of it.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I know that I'm going to be so rattled by it that I'm like, I'll just get rattled once instead of 1,000 times. I watched that Jeopardy shit like 8 times in a row before I showed it to you guys.
We never went back to the poll that we ran in yesterday's episode, but I do feel confident in saying that based off of the responses that we've got from a lot of whatnuts, people are erring on the side of, was it Kate?
Yeah.
Kate got fucked.
Yeah, oh yeah, good. If you were going to say Kate should have said something different, I mean, I agree Kate should have said something different. She should have said, fuck you, Ken Jennings. Are you kidding me?
You fucking nerd.
I know more puck than these. I mean, this absolute, she would have used the P word on the guy that didn't even ring in. Remember, everyone was clowning that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing to say, Jimmy?
That guy sucked.
Yeah.
A lot of people pointed out the fact that in the PWHL, they don't use defensemen. Obviously, they use defender.
Yes.
So, like, if you are a hockey is for everyone person, like, apparently Jeopardy is not hockey for everyone.
And
They
the
asked
topic
about a guy
was,
that played defenseman, not defender.
the topic, Sean, was hockey. It was not NHL. The example
question.
of the position was an NHL player.
Yes.
But
Who
the
never
topic
played
was
defender.
hockey. Sorry she was trying to talk hockey on a hockey show. Sewer, Ken Jennings. Okay, unbelievable night last night. Let's begin by talking about what happened and what we saw. Under heavy NDAs that would have ruined us, we heard that the Kings were going to do something unbelievable. So we came to LA to see what it was. And if you didn't watch it, if it was maybe a little too late, if you're on the East Coast or London or wherever, last night, the LA Kings, after all summer, teams put out what their third jerseys were going to be. They announced alternate jerseys. They did all their things. And people thought, like, in aesthetics videos and everything, it was like the Kings should be getting a third jersey this year. And the Kings just didn't do anything. They just didn't say anything. They didn't post anything. And long story short, they just did a surprise, wear it at the game for the first time, jersey launch. But the detail that went into it was absolutely incredible. My favorite part of it was that they warmed up in their home blacks, went into the tunnel while the Zamboni came out and everything. And when they were doing the pregame intros, the package that they showed the team backstage getting ready to come out, and it was a fake pre-taped video that they'd done of them in their home blacks, like kind of like buzzing, getting ready to come out. They thought of everything. It was amazing. Presentation grade, 200 out of 100.
Yeah, presentation was amazing. Execution was amazing. I mean, to even be able to pull off that surprise up until puck drop is very, very impressive. Like, all these jerseys leak all the time. Like, whether it's somebody who accidentally pulls one out of a box and is like, takes a picture of it and is like, low quality images. Like, it's almost impossible to release a jersey without it leaking ahead of time. But to do it where you're taking the ice and that's the first time anybody's seeing them, very, very cool.
It was very sick. And as you said, like, there's kind of the shout out every team and every organization and the way that they do their stuff, but like it always involves like the worst lit, crumpled up, like little sliver of something, couple eyeball emojis, and they were just like, nah, we're not going to do any of that. And I don't know, like, financially what this does for them, because it's not like I think you can, like, even when teams are teasing jerseys, I don't think you can pre-order it then. It's not until they'll say, like, okay, here's a jersey, and then you still have to do a pre-order. What they did is once the team took the ice, because they're in Crypto.com Arena where there's multiple teams playing there, they have the thing in the team store that a lot of cities have, which is like the walls flip around. So if it's okay, Lakers game, have the Lakers stuff out, and on the other side of the wall, Kings stuff, and they just rotate it. They had all their Kings stuff and then rotated it to have all the new Kings stuff. So if you were at the game, you saw the jersey, what was that? They announced, like, if you want that jersey, you can go get it right now. And people were getting it. I saw, man, like, I think so far I give it a higher street wearability score than I give it an on ice score, but I had a very high grade for it in the days that led up to like when I first saw it, I was like, damn, that is good work.
Yeah, so I really, really like the jersey. I'm unsure how I feel about the helmets and like the rest of the kit. I really like the jersey. My big prevailing sentiment from opening night is that I wish that it was the Forum blue and gold. Like, I wish I wish that the third jersey was Forum blue and gold, especially with the execution of the reveal. I just think that it would have hit a little bit harder had it looked significantly different from like the regular black primaries. Plus, like, I have a soft spot for the Forum blue and gold because it's just like so unique. Nobody else in the league wears anything like it, and it's like really, really special to LA. So that's my only thought, but I do really like the new jersey. I feel like what I saw from last night and the reactions seemed to be pretty polarizing.
Yeah, I'm going through a bit of a loading phase with the helmets, because when we saw the uniforms, my favorite part of it was they're doing a silver NFL helmet. They're not doing the chrome dome, which, respect to anyone who does it, I personally despise the chrome dome. I love the chrome dome. I do not. I love it. I think that those are made knowing that they're going to be polarizing. I don't think anyone's like, yeah, whatever. They're fine. Like, chrome, they ruin my day. Like, I have a bad time when I see them. So that this incorporated like an NFL type helmet, I was so in. And I hit the ice, and I was like, okay, I understand that. Like, this is gonna take some getting used to, even for me. What I really like about the jersey itself, they were showing the players with the like headshots in like who's on the ice. When it's just from here up, because there's nothing on the shoulders, the only thing other than a jersey ad sponsor is just the lace here. Really, really good look. Really, really good look. Sean, what'd you make of it all? You working?
I mean, I am, but I think those jerseys are spectacular. I agree that like the helmet might not have hit quite as hard as you would have liked in person, but I heard they look good on TV. But I just think those jerseys, like that, the crown is such such flawless branding, and the font looks amazing. Like, I am I'm big time in on those jerseys.
Hi, Marks. We're doing Pro Shop Wars after this, and obviously we've been in LA, so we're doing some stuff with the Kings that you'll see that will really cover various grounds, stuff that we don't always do. So it's going to be really amazing. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube because you are going to get it, and keep your eyes peeled, etc., etc. What are you thinking for Pro Shop Wars with this jersey? Nice hat, by the way.
Thank you. Got this nice hat. I have
You did an early Pro Shop.
I came when I packed for LA. I packed and I was like, I could bring like 3 hats. I'm gonna bring 1 hat, and it took all of the self-restraint that I had to only pack 1 hat. Going home with like 5 hats. It's fucking ridiculous.
I showed up with no Charger shirts and no Kings hats, and I am leaving with 2 Charger shirts and 2 Kings hats.
It's fucking ridiculous. I can't help myself. And also, the Kings have been very good to us. They've given us some stuff. For Pro Shop Wars, I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking?
I love it.
I'm thinking Corey Perry jersey.
Ostracize yourself.
I did it in Edmonton. I thought it was. I don't regret that move whatsoever. I think I'm just going to be the guy who gets the Corey Perry jersey everywhere he goes until he retires.
I mean, it's going to be great. 10, not doing 90.
Yeah, so I would have 2 very different Corey Perry jerseys. I was thinking, like, I should get a Kopitar, but, like, I just feel like the Corey Perry is more of a moment in time that I want.
And if you get a Kopitar, that's not the jersey you get.
Yeah,
like,
fair.
Like you don't get a Kopitar 3rd jersey.
And I have a blank Kings jersey, the white one from when they wear the Chrome Dome. So like I could always put Kopitar on that. I kind of want to put Kempe on that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do Corey Perry, and then whatever else happens at the Pro Shop Wars, whatever it happens.
I have thoughts on what I might get at the team store, and it
Chat saying that'll be the only Corey Perry jersey ever sold. That makes me want it more.
He was booed last night.
He was booed.
They introduced him. I was smiling, taking pictures, clapping for my guy. They booed him.
Well, I love it.
They didn't boo Cody Ceci.
Well, not in the intros.
Yeah, not in the intros. But you know what? Like, I saw some analytics and everything.
I have a bone to pick with hockey stat cards and,
yes.
and the stink that they threw on Cody Ceci's name late last night. They were like, it's too late. There's not enough people awake to see this Cody Ceci stat card. Respectfully, I know that Cody Ceci had a bad game. He did not have the worst game from a Kings defenseman, in my opinion.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, as you said, like, wasn't great. There were not amazing moments, but somebody, I'm not going to name names because don't want to be mean to players, but Joel Edmondson was horrible and had 1 turnover that once he turned it over, he was like, well, here's what I know. I'm in the current spot I am right now. And the guys that got the puck may be doing something, going some other thing, but I got to stay here and not catch up to the play. Game 1 was just like, seemed pretty indifferent.
Last night was a mess. That was a bad game for the Kings. It's such a bummer that like a big part of the reason why I love these new jerseys is that they have a story attached to them, which is the opening night revealing it, and now the story that's attached to it is that they laid an absolute dud in the home opener and got smoked by the Avalanche. But it's game 1. It's a long season, and as you pointed out before the game started, when you have a bunch of Oilers on your team, you can't expect to start the season well because that's just not how the Edmonton Oilers operate. So kind of par for the course here for the Kings that they stunk it up in game 1. Doesn't mean that the season's over. Doesn't mean that the offseason signings were a failure. It just means it's all going according to plan.
Yeah, enjoy the winning streak in the middle of the season. It is going to be absolutely robust. Yeah, the game stunk last night. And good parts, got to see some cool Cale Makar stuff. Got to see a little cool Nathan McKinnon stuff, but
got to see Marty Necas score 2 goals in his final Colorado Avalanche season opener.
Yes, top NHL free agent, Marty Necas.
Like might be the top NHL free agent like
by the end of
annually.
The show.
No, like annually. What do they call it?
Perennially.
Perennially. Like
Yes.
he just might be the guy who is the top free agent every single year because he doesn't like signing anywhere.
Sean, do you have Zamboni vid? Okay, we don't have video of it, but you know that we do have video of it if you follow us on any socials. Sean rode the Zamboni last night, and he killed it. Sean, tell us about your experience.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think about it, to be honest. I was like, oh, I get to go on the Zamboni. This is going to be cool. And then I got down there, and they were like, what's your strategy? And I was like, to sit there? I don't know. Maybe throw some princess waves. And they started talking to me about an influencer that they had that was out there, like, getting the crowd hyped and stuff. So then I felt a little bit of pressure. But, no, it was so sick. Like, I mean, crypto is a cool arena, just knowing that, like, the history there. And so being on the ice at crypto is very cool. And then, yeah, going around, having, like, people wave. It felt like I was on a parade float. Like, it's one of those things where, like, I don't know any of these people, but I'm driving by in a cool vehicle. They're going to wave. I'm going to wave back. People enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was a really cool time. I was glad I got to do it.
Were you at all thrown for a loop by the monkey wrench they threw in the system at the last minute?
With the music?
Which was, they were like, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sean to pause. And
no, they just said Sean.
They just
Sean.
said Sean, yeah.
Like, just welcome Sean.
And the guys who sing Safe and Sound.
Yeah.
Capital Cities.
I
Capital Cities? Yeah.
was not locked in on the music playing originally, but then I was like, there's a live performance going on.
Yeah.
And I looked up and I saw Capital Cities. I was like, oh, okay.
And they were singing Bee Gees songs.
Yeah,
I was so confused.
It was pretty electric, but like,
I was like,
it was electric in a way that I didn't want it to be electric because I just wanted all the attention on you, and I wanted the party to be Sean's on the Zamboni. And they were introduced like Sean, and then they're like, here's a live performance of a pretty electric performer up in the rafters.
It took like 13. They had a pretty long set. It took them a few songs before they got to Safe and Sound. And initially when they were like, hey, these people who sing Safe and Sound are here, I was like, that's going to rule. Sean's going to be doing whatever he's doing. You got to, I can lift you up. It's going to be just like an absolute party in there. Instead, they're doing God knows what. Sean says, I got you, LA. I will be the party. Sean comes around. We're waving at him. Sean, he's waving. And we're like, look, he's waving at us. Sean wasn't done waving. That wave had nothing to do with us. He was hyping up the crowd. Sean, you were doing some of this, right?
I had a little bit of that. Took the hat off.
Yeah,
you had around a little bit.
Did you do any? At one point on a video I took, I was like, come on, LA, Sean can't hear you. Were you going? Did you do that at one point?
I don't think so.
I
no.
thought I saw you, and I was like, if Sean is saying I can't hear you, like
during
intermission while everyone's getting up, that
Go
would be
buying their jerseys.
No,
Yeah.
I was really feeding off of the energy I was getting from the people waving at me. So like there was one guy that every time I went past him, he kind of just pointed at me. I gave him a point back, and he just nodded at me. There was a bunch of little kids that got real excited to have somebody waving back at them. So I was feeding off what people were giving me, but it was really fun.
Were you getting any like these from kids who didn't like understand?
I was getting some 6'7".
6'7".
Just little kids just waving at me.
That was the highlight of my day.
It was
good.
really cool. It's one of those things that like, you know, I'm not gonna sit here like I talk about like my bucket list trying to go to all 32 MLB stadiums. I'm not gonna say it's a bucket list item necessarily, but it's one of those things that like not a lot of people get to do. And when you get the opportunity to do it, you're like, that was cool as shit. So I'm very glad I got to do it.
It was
Shout
amazing.
out to Kings for letting me do it.
You did such a great job.
Also,
you were a natural.
Can I say, I know how this is going to sound, seeing as how we're sitting in the Kings facilities and everything. Like the organization is awesome. Like the guy that came and got me was super nice. And as we walked down from our seats to where the Zambonis were, we ran into like 5 different people, and they were all so nice. And they were just like, the guy that like ran the Zamboni seemed like that was his life in like the best way possible. Like he was just like so happy to be allowed to like giving other people this experience. It was so cool. Like it wasn't just like get on this thing and go. Like everybody like met the moment. It was really fun.
We've done a good amount of team trips at this point, and I feel pretty confident in saying that like this is about the best that we have been treated by a team and helped out by a team on one of these trips, and like that's a high bar to clear. And unfortunately, the last time that we gave out these kind of props, the person who is our handler was like promptly fired 2 weeks later.
Oh, right.
So sorry to Alec Palmer, you're fucked, buddy.
Yeah, everyone hang on tight over here.
Are we done with King stuff last night? I do want to like touch on a few things that happened outside of the Kings game in the triple header yesterday.
Yeah, given me.
Well, first of all, the Chicago Blackhawks opened up the season against the Florida Panthers.
Almost won.
Almost won. Like, gave a pretty good fight. I hope that's a sign of things to come for the Blackhawks. Bedard looked really good. Nazar looked awesome. But Spencer Knight, our guy Spencer Knight, fucking killed it. That game probably should have been like 8-2. Spencer Knight, if he's a guy, I'm rooting for him so hard in Chicago.
Yeah, although
I wish you had the white Knight jersey.
I
man.
know. I was thinking, I'm like, damn, I hope you guys got me that for the Fanatics thing that we're doing.
No comment.
Which, folks, teaser, reminder, we're doing the Fanatics thing again where we each get a jersey and you have to guess what it is. The wrinkle is we're not picking our jerseys. Sean and I are picking Pete's. Pete and Sean are picking mine. Me and Pete are picking Sean's. I did not think I was going to be able to get all those combos like that quick. We've slept like 1 hour. It's going to be a blast. And whenever like a fun player that any of us have said anything nice about comes up, I'm like, ooh, wonder if that means.
I think about that too. Like every time there's like, I'm assuming for you guys too, there's like naturally jerseys that come to the top of your list that you think the other two might have gotten you. And then I'll hear a name or I'll see a jersey and be like, oh, I could see them doing that one too.
I mean, I just thought that when he brought up Spencer Knight, I was like, oh, duh. They totally got me Spencer Knight. Or did we get you Spencer Knight? Who knows? I tried to get Spencer Knight last year. I misunderstood jersey assurance. Here we are.
I hope you guys
such a
didn't
good
get me a
saga.
Corey Perry Kings jersey because I'm about to own the only two Corey Perry Kings jerseys
you know what
in
they
production.
say.
I mean, my
Doubles
concern.
are best.
Yes, my concern is that you guys got me a Cody Ceci Kings jersey because I'm definitely going to get a Cody Ceci Kings jersey today.
Mm-hmm.
But I did get a little sort of like. It's positive progress, obviously, that the Hawks have a very good young goaltender, it would seem, but I was also a little sad. I was like, now they might be going through the phase where you're like, we love our goalie so much, and usually that means like we feel that we're in games because of that guy.
Yeah, why is that necessarily a terrible thing though?
Because like.
I mean,
You shouldn't need your goalie to like.
It depends.
If you're like associating a good game with the goalie played well,
Yeah, but but that's still a step forward for the Chicago Blackhawks.
Absolutely, it is.
Right?
Absolutely, it is.
Like I think that the Blackhawks being competitive and having close games this season will do a lot for their young players and like that competitive drive.
Bedard specifically,
Right.
Wanted to
So,
die last year.
Like I feel. I know they definitely did not play a great game yesterday, but they also played the Florida Panthers, and it was game 1, and it was competitive. And a lot of the guys that you're really banking on to move that team forward looked great. So I feel good about what the Blackhawks showed. Next point, the New York Rangers fucking stink, baby.
Who saw that coming?
Baby. They let Justin Brazeau score 2 goals on them.
That rules.
It's incredible.
Great night last night for multi-goal games.
Yeah, for sure. Nachas.
Yep.
Brazeau.
Mm-hmm. I only had those two.
Greer had multiple points.
Oh yeah,
Greer
AJ Greer got the one.
Nazar had multiple points, but maybe just those two.
I mean, let me check NHL stats and see who the league leader in goals is. It is, oh damn, we've got Netchas and Brajol, and then we got Jesper Boquist. Kevin Fiala scored a goal last night. We
Sure
saw
did.
that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, there were some moments that the Kings should have scored more goals than they scored, but that's neither here nor there. Artur Shilov's leading the league.
Yeah. Shout out to Shilovs. Love that guy.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that he takes advantage of this opportunity. Shout out to Dan Muse, a high school history teacher, coaching the Pittsburgh Penguins.
But yeah, damn, home opener, you get blanked by the Penguins. Not amazing Rangers.
Especially Mike Sullivan.
Yeah.
Mike Sullivan revenge game did not go so hot.
I think the jerseys look good. I think they look good.
I do too. I just don't like the collar. The white collar or the off-white collar is just way too thick.
Yeah.
But at least the jerseys look good. The New York Rangers did not. And oh, by the way, our season preview, our excitement rankings is live on YouTube. It's awesome. I'm very, very happy with it. Very proud of you guys. You guys did an unbelievable amount of work. I would say that's
Very proud of you.
The heaviest lifting that has ever been done from an editing standpoint.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
I didn't do any of it. So shout out to you guys.
Shout out to you. That sounds unbelievable. But you also weren't like, hey, how's it coming along? How, like, you know, you weren't like,
I just removed
you
myself
weren't like
from
kicking your feet up and being like, hey, when are we getting lunch?
it. No. I was doing other stuff, but if anybody knows, like,
Not as happy place.
video editing is the worst thing in the world for me. I hate it so much.
Yeah, but we did a thing where we were, it's not out yet, but we did a thing related to the Kings, whatever, and like somehow like the story of us came up, and I realized in the conversation, I was like, yeah, Pete and I are like completely perfect, like
You can
yin
just
yangs.
end it there.
Yeah. No, like in terms of like
Completely perfect.
what he likes doing, what I'm not as good at doing, or like what I really want to do, and like what I need to be reeled in, and like I don't right now, but like I really like editing video and seeing
right
how
now.
something can look.
Yeah,
And
I do not.
Pete's like, we getting lunch?
That's out. That the AJ Greer interview is on YouTube as well. So please go check those two things out. Very, very happy.
That's
with,
must watch. That's must listen. Like there's
AJ Greer.
Yeah, somebody commented this, and I want to be like, yeah, I agree. And it was like I've never gotten this insight into what the actual like tone and vibe of that Panthers room is. You absolutely get that from AJ Greer, and you think you've seen everything, you think you've heard everything, but I was really taken aback by how AJ Greer described what that team is like in crazy ass moments. Like
Right.
the big one that stood out to me is that after game 1 of the Cup final, they lose the game because Tomas Nosek sends the puck over the glass, penalty, Draisaitl scores in overtime, GOAT. After the game, they were making fun of him for it.
Yeah, it's like deeply unsettling how not scared they are of
Yeah.
any situation.
They were like, nice one, way to lose us the game, dummy.
want to play poker?
Yeah, and then they go win the cup. Like that. If I had known that was happening at the time, I would not have continued to watch the series.
That's fair. I think
I've
that's
been like,
very
well, they
fair.
obviously
It's just over.
fuck. Yeah, I mean, but what I saw in that moment was Nosek blows it. Jake, what's that?
Bar.
You blows it?
Nosek blows it.
No, nice. Jake Wallman's mocking him. Time of my life. If I'd known people were giving him noogies, sack tapping him, doing whatever, making fun of him, I'd have been like, Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup already.
That's right. Yeah, our YouTube is popping right now. We got some more stuff in the works. Make sure you're subscribed there. Just as a note, the Apple podcast situation has not yet been resolved, but we are working on it. So if you are an Apple podcast consumer and you're like, where the hell are our episodes? Just know we are working on it, and there will be a solution and an explanation.
Yes, and stay tuned for the explanation. The explanation is going to absolutely hit. You're going
Stay
to...
tuned for next week.
Yes,
Like,
that's
I
the
know
thing,
that
like,
we.
let's
I
stay
know
with us,
we're-
man.
We're so tired, and I'm sure that like the technical difficulties have been frustrating and all that for you guys as well. Thank you for just kind of being patient. Next week we'll be back in studio. The stabilization of everything will be so great for us and for the product, and we have some really, really awesome things to announce and show you, and it's going to be very, very exciting. I feel like we're still kind of in preseason, and next week is our season opener, and I'm very excited for
It
it.
feels like we are opening the season, but our arena's not ready yet. So we have
That's right.
we have our long
Oh,
road
like
trip
the
to launch
Kings.
the season. Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
it, the year or
Last
two
year,
ago?
Last year, I think.
Last year, and then like the Islanders the year before them,
Yeah.
just like 3 weeks
Yeah.
on the road to start the season.
Okay, do we need to pour one out for 2026 free agency? Because this was supposed to be a class, and now it's a free agency class.
Yeah, I'm worried. Like I feel like we're kind of owed a good free agency class. Like when this one stunk, we were like, okay, well next year has got some bangers, and like even if you didn't expect McDavid to make it, there was still a lot of secondary guys. But now McDavid's gone. Kyle Connor signed his big deal with the Winnipeg Jets
An
yesterday.
American signing in Winnipeg.
I mean,
Shout out
to
the
the
Jets.
Jets. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
They're able
That's
to keep
huge
their
for them.
guys.
And like that's why when don't think about like the number or whatever it means so much. Like
Hit him with the basketball book.
that's right. That his situation is not my situation and
Or Connor
things of that
McDavid's
nature.
situation.
I read it in a basketball book.
His
But-
situation is my father. Call me my situation.
That's right. But like the number is fine in my opinion. But even if you think that the number is not fine, the Winnipeg Jets kept their guy, and that is a win for the Winnipeg Jets. And they keep getting those wins. Honestly, they kept Scheifele, they kept Hellebuck, they kept Kyle Connor. Shout out to the Jets and keeping it like to your point, Sean, keeping an American and selling him on Winnipeg and keeping him there for 8 years max term. It's a good bit of business from the Winnipeg Jets.
I feel like the Winnipeg thing has to be, wildly overrated. Like, it is just another city in North America. And I know it's not like LA, but like, guys enjoy living in Edmonton. I can't imagine that Winnipeg is so drastically worse compared to Edmonton.
I don't like the.
Doesn't have Bob. Doesn't have Gene.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying from an
Doesn't have
actual
Wi-Fi.
day-to-day lifestyle, like
I've
I
never
can't
been to
imagine
Winnipeg.
it's that bad. Like
Never
I-
been to
I-
Winnipeg, can't speak on it, but I will say that a few of the places that have gotten these sort of bad reputations in the hockey world, we have been to,
Yeah, exactly.
and I've really enjoyed
Like,
them. Like Columbus is one.
yeah.
I would say, like I keep saying, like if I'm going to move to any city in the United States, it would be Chicago. Like outside of Boston, it would be Chicago. I think that I would also seriously consider moving to Columbus, Ohio.
Real hidden gem.
I think I would also seriously consider moving to just the state of Ohio in general, to be honest. I really
There
like
you go.
it.
On the price of Kyle Connor, he's a 40-goal scorer. Cap's going up. You're getting him on an 8-year deal. It's going to be $12 million. Like I don't
Right,
think that,
yeah.
that's a crazy prohibitive contract. And obviously we've seen one contract recently that seems very prohibitive, but everything else has been kind of fine. To your point on we thought we were getting these guys or we could get these guys, and no. You remember this past summer, we thought that Brad Marchand, Aaron Ekblad, Sam Bennett, who else? There were so many guys that were going to go to free agency, and they even like Brock Besser, like just everyone stayed. And free agency ended up being really, really boring. The potential free agent class, the Draisaitl, obviously. The potential free agent class was supposed to be Connor McDavid, Jack Eichel, Kirill Kaprizov, Kyle Connor, Artemi Panarin, Adrian Kempe, among others. McDavid has signed. Eichel feels like we'll probably get news during our show or something. Like it seems like they're
Imminent.
yeah, it feels imminent. And I'll tell you what, Elliot, when he was talking about McDavid stuff, it always seemed like he felt Eichel's going to happen first. Like Eichel, and I hope I'm not putting words in his mouth, but the sense that I would get from listening to his podcast was that, like, yeah, there's a push to get it done before the start of the regular season. Regular season has started for the Knights. It's hours away. Maybe that gets done today, but we all think Eichel's going to stay.
There's never been a shred of like smoke that suggests that Jack Eichel wants to play anywhere other than Vegas.
And
So
he
haven't really
should.
considered
I
it.
feel like a player like that too, who knows that the grass most certainly is not always greener. Like he's
Right.
been in a bad experience. If he's happy, why
And they
would
just
he?
got
The
much
grass
smarter.
smells like Cheerios.
Yes, one of the few benefits.
Yeah,
At least a few
so
benefits.
McDavid has signed. Eichel feels like he's going to. Kirill Kaprizov has signed, and then some. Kyle Connor has signed. Artemi Panarin,
Who cares?
like he's going to be 34.
Not to be disrespectful, but who cares?
He
Like Pat
turns
Kane's there,
34
too.
very soon. What's that?
So Pat Kane's one too.
Yeah, we can throw him on there.
Some of the old guys.
The fun one becomes Adrian Kempe, but I'm getting into, and this is no inside information from being here, like it just feels like he's going to sign too.
Yeah, I mean,
He better. Like, Kings, if anyone's listening, oh my God, sign Adrian Kempe.
yeah, I love Adrian Kempe, and like if he does make it free agency, that is a bit of a banger. Like
Yeah.
he will be highly sought after if he's the number one free agent. So yeah, it's a bummer that the steam has been taken out.
Hey, I was gonna say, guys re-signing is not a problem. At least give us a little bit of a show.
Yeah,
Like
well,
even if you could be backdoor being like, I'm not leaving.
sure, but also there is the element of what happened this summer, which is like you get so close and you spend so much time talking about what's going to happen on July 1st, only to have like everything like everybody re-signed 2 days before or like a day before things open. That is more frustrating in my mind,
well,
because at least now we've got like a year head start in tempering our expectations and not making like this content about like where guys might sign or thinking about where guys might sign. At least now we know to be disappointed.
A name that I didn't say, and one that is skyrocketing up the list, Martin Necas. 2 goals last night.
NHL's goal king.
The NHL's goal king.
By the way, the NHL's hit king is also one of them, Kiefer Sherwood.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's right.
Bruin.
So I was going to say, it's like, Don Sweeney's going to be like, look, do we have a couple of you? No, we have like 9 of you, but we want 10. Come on, buddy.
Honestly, Kiefer Sherwood would be like a top 6 player on the Bruins.
I think somewhere around there, yeah. But Necas is going to get paid. I don't know if it's going to be...
If he wants to, at least.
Yeah, what's that?
I said if he wants to, at least. Like we talked about, it doesn't seem like he wants to play anywhere.
Toughest read in the world.
No idea what that guy wants ever.
McDomino effect, by the way, happening. Connor McDavid signs his deal. Oilers, obviously they signed Jake Wallman as well. This morning, signed Matthias Ekholm to a 3 times $4 million contract. And at first I looked at that and I was like, 3 years? He's going to turn 40 during the playoffs of his last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yikes. I don't know if I want to go 3 years with him because I think a fall off might come at some point. AFP Analytics had him at 2 years times $6.5 million. Basically, they're just saying all in on this 2-year Connor McDavid window or whatever. And they still have, I want to say, like $18 million in cap space this summer. So like, went from... is that team falling apart to like they're just going to kind of lock in. The only player they don't have signed of their free agents is Stu Skinner.
I just checked because I was curious about the no movement clause on the contract for Ekholm, and it looks like there is a no movement clause, which I was thinking that had huge like trade in the 3rd year vibes to it, where because we've talked about like the potential decline of Matthias Ekholm, and I feel like maybe it's coming. And if they wanted to move off that money, he would be a likely candidate to be moved. But obviously, with a no movement clause, maybe not. Yeah,
but for 3 years, they're paying him less than what he was projected to make in 2 years. So I guess tidy bit of business. And by the 3rd year, like as long as he's playing, if he's at some point, maybe he'll become a 2nd pairing defenseman during this contract. And even if he falls and becomes a 3rd pairing defenseman, like $4 million, whatever, who cares? Not a big deal. Shall we get to our conversation with the great Daryl Evans?
We shall.
If you don't know Daryl Evans, as Pete said, he's a snappy dresser. He's a great guy. He's been one of the best parts of this trip, just getting to see him all the time. Sean talked about what a great organization it is. Everyone who works for the team is cool. Everyone who's around the team is great. We got to spend a lot of time with Carlin, and we saw Hammer last night, who isn't with the team. But like this whole universe,
he's with every team because he's Violent Gentleman, and every team does
King's
Violent
Gentleman
stuff.
Shit in the store was so cool.
Yeah,
that white jacket, fire.
We were talking about it with him last night, where like Violent Gentlemen volume shoots, but not in a way that like they're volume shooting to like
it doesn't hurt their percentage.
Right, like they're volume shooting while also maintaining like a 950 shooting percentage.
There are other brands that are consistently in team stores that definitely volume shoot, and I am not going to name it simply because I don't remember exactly what their name is.
They volume miss.
They volume miss. They got
patches
all over fucking everything.
Yes.
A lot of patches.
A lot of patches.
Shout out, but
Pro Stitch.
Maybe we'll need a sponsor at some point.
Maybe one day I'll like one of the things that they put out.
I
bought it. I bought a Chargers shirt and I never wore it. I sold it to a thrift store.
Hunter hoodie is pro. It's like they have some good stuff, but they volume shoot, not to the success that Violent Gentleman does.
Okay, here's our conversation. It's a brief one, but like while we were here, we were like, we need to give the folks a taste of this guy. He's a maniac. He skates still all the time. Doesn't use laces. He's wild. It's the great Daryl Evans. We're in LA this week, so we had to have Daryl Evans, LA Kings legend, Miracle on Manchester goal scorer, broadcaster, and all around. I mean, I say this completely endearingly, like hockey maniac, perfect for this show. You look absolutely amazing, as usual. Folks, we always say you can watch, you can listen, you can do whatever. If you're not watching, you're losing right now. He's the best-dressed man in hockey. Unbelievable suit, my friend.
I appreciate it, and great to be here with you guys this morning, and love the energy you guys have, and looking forward to it.
60 suits you said you have.
About 60 in the rotation right now, yep.
Okay, dare I ask, are these, like, where are you getting them? Because I own, like, 3 suits, and if I owned a 4th suit, it would change my year financially. So are you getting, are these, like, that looks high-end.
Well, usually what I do is when I go to the gym that I work out in the morning, I'll look at a business guy that comes in, he leaves a suit, and then I'll grab it on the way out. So, no, I'm just kidding you. Now, we used to have a young girl that worked on our ice crew years ago, and she was going to fashion school. And I said, men's clothing. She goes, no, women's clothing. I said, no, you got to start making men's clothing. So a couple of years go by, and she calls me up. She goes, Daryl, she says, I'm selling suits at for a men's clothing department. I said, okay. She says, can I show you my books? And she brought in the traditional pinstripes and some real cool looking stuff. I said, but you know me, I said, I like stuff that a little bit more life, and like a light switch went off. She goes, I'll see you next week. And she comes in next week, and she's got like this kind of material type of stuff. And I lit up like Dumb and Dumber, when they came in with the orange and the blue tuxedo there, and I just like, yeah, we got it going here. So she started making my suits, and I encouraged her to start her own little company. It's called Gentleman's Jersey, and she makes all my suits now.
Have you had any points of resistance with like how nuts those are? Like obviously it looks incredible, and now like you're known for them. But at any point in your life, have people been like, "What is going on here?"
No, I think I think it's kind of a little bit like there's life to my suits, and I'm a lively type of person. I got a lot of energy, so I think my suits kind of speak a little bit of that. When I go in, I actually go to the store now with her when she's looking at material, and when I go in there, I'm like a kid in a candy store, and she's always well dressed, and she looks like the fashion statement herself. And I said, sir, like I don't think that color or that'll go with her hair color, or this and that. It's not for her. I says for me, and I shock them, and then I show them a few pictures, and we have a few chuckles.
That's amazing. Did you ever meet the late great Craig Sager?
Oh yeah.
What was that relationship like? Was that just like all respect, or is there?
It wasn't really a relationship. I mean, it was cool to meet him, and it just I remember complimenting him on the way he dressed, and I remember even Don Cherry when we were in the Stanley Cup Finals with New Jersey back in 2012. And he asked me, he goes, where do you get your suits? I'm going, Don Cherry's asking me where I get my suits. I'm looking at him, and so I went on to tell him that, and so we had a nice conversation with that.
That shows how much respect there is in hockey, and maybe to a nauseating degree, people in hockey are so into respect. One of my favorite moments is, was it Kevin Garnett with Craig Sager, who was just like, but like Craig Sager's interviewing him, and he's like, stop. I'm getting you all new clothes. Like I need to take care of you. This doesn't work. But players, when they see that, they have to be like, okay, I'm talking to a legend right now.
It's sometimes I get a chance to go down between the benches when I'm broadcasting, and some of the players will come by during the game and say, I like that one. That's a good one. So I know when I kind of get their attention a little bit that it makes me feel good. So it's a lot of fun.
Did you feel compelled to be fashionable because you were wearing those incredible yellow Kings jerseys? Like I was rewatching your goal against the Oilers in 1982, and obviously like the moment's great. What a comeback. The celebration is incredible. But I was telling Pete about it. I'm like, my favorite thing about it is just bunch of dudes wearing that uniform. Looked amazing.
The old forum blue and gold, or purple and gold as we like to call it, but that was a special uniform because it was so different from everything else. And I remember when they reintroduced the colors back, and we had the one when we got the old crown back again. People really like it because it is different. I think that's the big thing. But take a lot of pride in wearing that. Of course, that's I was drafted with the Kings in that uniform, and that was the only one that I wore. So it's special, and it always has a special part in my heart.
Yeah, we're big jersey nerds and to a certain extent fashion nerds, and I feel like we always kind of struggle a little bit with like we love the Kings branding, we love the current branding, it's incredible, but there is like a uniqueness to like even when they did the reverse retros a few years ago, like it looks so unique and so good, even with like the current style of logo. Like, where do you stand on it? I know it has a personal connection to you, but like, do you miss the Forum blue and gold?
I do, and I think it's nice. Like we've had it. We've like a third jersey, so to speak, type of thing when we brought it in. When we brought that uniform in, that was really cool. It was neat seeing that come back around, and I think it kind of gives a little bit of the history of our organization, our franchise, because that was a big part of it. And of course, since that, when we went into the silver and black and that's when Gretzky came. And of course, we know what the modern day team's done, winning a couple of Stanley Cups and all the noise that they've made over the last few years. So it's nice to, just to have a little bit of that memory in their history.
Okay, I can't believe we've waited this long to get to this, but how do you have ankles? Because you skate without laces, and you still skate every day, right?
Not skate every day. I mean, because we're on the road now. But I get on the ice quite frequently.
I just can't wrap my head around it. I believe the story is you did like one row at a time. You would just do less and less and less until eventually you just stopped using laces.
Well, when I was playing, competitively, had to wear laces just to keep the skates on. Eventually, when I went over to Europe at the end of my career, I used to tape my skates. So I used to leave 3 to 5 eyelids undone, and then I tape them on so I could kind of have that flexibility of my ankle in my skate boot. Because let's face it, our ankles are like our wrists. So you need to, if you put them in and you immobilize them, you lose a little bit of your push in that. So I did that, and then eventually I got back and I cut a piece of string, a lace about 18, 20 inches to put it through like 2 or 3 eyelids, and I'm going, what the heck am I doing wasting my time here for? So now I have no laces, and I've done that probably for about 15 years or so, and I can't bend over to do them up, so they're easy to put on.
That's amazing. I mean, do you know of anybody else who does anything like that? That has to feel pretty specific to you, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't come across anybody that does it, but in regards to, you talk about like strengthening the ankles and things like that, I run and jump rope all the time, so my ankles are pretty strong and don't need that kind of support. But you couldn't do it obviously in a competitive game. But I play charity games without laces and things like that.
What's it like being able to just be around the Kings still, like, so much? Obviously, like, you're part of their history, but to be able to still be there every day with them.
I take a lot of pride in it. The Kings have always been special. I think I think the team that drafts you into the National Hockey League, whatever sports you're going into, I think that draft team, you always have a special part there. And I know I didn't, play a long time, but coming back full circle and end up working in broadcasting for them for so many years, I do feel it's real important. I'm fortunate enough, I've been going to the draft for a number of years, so when we draft all these young kids, I get a chance to meet them, and you build relationships over the years. And a guy like Andrzej Kopitar, who's been here 20 years, you get to know their family, actually teach his kids how to skate and things like that. So it's really cool, and it's great that the organization keeps us, as closely involved with everything and part of the big picture.
How do you feel about the state of the organization and like the league? Because the game has changed so much over the past like decade and a half, and I'm just curious, like, you've been around for a long time and you've seen that change happen slowly. Where do you feel right now?
Well, the game's in a good spot. It's healthy right now, and the stuff that these kids do on the ice right now it's sick. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, we did try to do that kind of stuff back in our time. We'd probably be, on the IR. We would have got hurt trying to do some of that stuff. But the skill, like, I'm involved in teaching kids and things like that. Sometimes I'm learning from the kids. I mean, because they're watching YouTube videos and things like that, and the stuff that the kids can do today is phenomenal. I mean, the overall athlete in any sport is, at a whole different level than they used to be before. So I got the utmost respect for them, and as I mentioned, I think the game's really healthy, and I think we're finally starting to get to learn the personalities of our hockey players, and I think that's a big part of which will allow us to continue to keep growing. And I know the Kings, we've been part of, with the NHL, hockey is for everyone. We've been to China, we've been to Australia, and taking the game to different parts of the world is great. So I think our game is really healthy, and now that we got the girls playing, I mean, that's half our population. We got a professional women's league going, so hockey's in a good spot, and it's only going this way.
Are you an Instagram hockey guy? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
The silly little moves, who was it?
Steve Valiquette.
Steve Valiquette criticized, I believe, Jack Hughes?
Jack Hughes. Yeah.
Jack Hughes said, like, oh, that move was more Instagram hockey than whatever. And, like the Zegrases of the world have been criticized or whatever for being too fancy. And there's a lot of like, oh, in my day, that guy would have gotten punched. To which I say, no, in your day, you wouldn't, because that guy's so much faster than guys are now back then. I'm sorry. So, like, I would assume you have an appreciation for when a player does something that you're like, I had never seen that before.
Of course. I mean, like when you see skill like that, but I think there's a time and place for it. But in saying that, also, you wouldn't have got away with that before, because sooner or later you got to come out and you got to go to a face-off or there's a stoppage of play. And you're going to line up with somebody that is going to sit there and make sure he evens the score. So guys don't like to be embarrassed on the ice. There's no doubt about that. So you got to be prepared to pay your dues if you do stuff like that. But again, for the skill that it takes to do that, you applaud them for that. It's just there's a time and place for it.
Which player do you think, I have one in mind, which player do you think on the Kings has the most plays where the opponent would feel embarrassed?
That's a good one. There's a couple of guys, like Kevin Fiala is a great skater. He's got a lot of deception in his game. You look at Quentin Byfield.
That's my answer.
And we've only seen a small sample size of it, but the impact of what he's done in these first few years is like, wow. I mean, we've had some wow moments. I mean, he's already got more on his highlight reel than a lot of guys will ever put on in their whole entire career. So I'm looking forward to see what this next chapter in his career brings. But he's special because not only like he's such a big guy, but he skates like the wind, and he's got just silk soft hands. I mean, and the mind's going like the time we lost the stick, reconnect with the stick and all that. I mean, you couldn't even draw it up and try to do that.
Yeah, with this being Kopi's last year and Drew's on the back end of his career, like, how do you feel about Byfield potentially being the guy who takes the reins, or like where do you feel that this team is in terms of the next wave of leadership?
Well, I think it's always sad to see guys that have been with the organization their entire careers and spend the length of their career, like the longevity that those two guys have had in Kopitar and Doughty, just phenomenal leaders, members of the Stanley Cup teams. But when you look at Byfield, I think because of being on Kopitar's line for a couple of years, on and off, playing on the wing, learning to kind of take that responsibility on. I think he's evolving nicely, and I'm looking forward to seeing him take on a little bit more of a leadership role. I think we're going to see a lot of that this year, knowing that there's a end at the end of the tunnel there for Kopitar now, that like there's going to be great expectations, and I think he's poised and ready to live up to those expectations. And from what we've seen in the growth of his game the last couple of years, is every indication that he's ready to do that. So this is a big year for him coming up, and I think we're going to see some magic from both he and Kopitar.
Daryl Evans, we always see magic from you. Visually, we always see it, and you're just great at what you do. We're so glad you came on the show. Like, you are perfect for our sort of thing, which is just kind of hockey and love of the game and kind of wanting it to be a little more ridiculous. So we appreciate you, man.
I appreciate it, and you guys keep up the great work. You guys do some great stuff.
Oh, he's so sweet. I've never said to somebody, thank you for being so kind to us. When we said goodbye to him last night, I was like, thanks for being so kind to us.
And then you walked away. You walked away, and you were like, that was fucking weird. Why did I say that?
No, not that it was weird. Like, I don't think it was weird.
You had
like,
the energy of that. You're like, I've never
like,
said that before in my fucking life. And I was like, if anybody's deserved it, it's Daryl Evans. He was incredible to us.
Sweet. Alec, anything? Is it BS? Yeah. That's real?
Absolutely. Every minute of every day, he's the nicest, kindest, best person around. Like, truly, like, one of the best people I've ever met.
Okay, so we're getting best people because we think at some point we're gonna realize that like Dan Powers is actually like a mean guy. Like
oh, I've said this like for years.
Yeah.
At this point, I've said those guys, both
Yeah.
Dan and Chris, are so nice and like so handsome, and like they've got everything going for them. They definitely have bodies in their closets.
When we realize like that why they're mean or something, and like literally Dan just texted us and was like I'm so happy that we got to catch up and see each other last
I was
night.
gonna say, did you even bring that up that we saw them yesterday?
No, didn't see the Powers guys.
They're the absolute best. But yeah, we're gonna get them. I just don't know what it'll be. How?
I don't know if we have to get them.
Yeah.
I think that it's just gonna it's gonna come to light that the Powers brothers are just bad people.
If
Hire a
like
PI.
if someone tells me like, hey, like my friend used to work at service or whatever, like when they get the screen thing, they smash the screen, I'd be like,
You know what makes me think that like
I'm not going to be the one that reports that.
You know what makes me maybe think that I'm wrong on this is that they take a lot of victory laps, and if somebody was offended by one of those victory laps and they wanted to like reveal something, be like, "Oh, really? Well, I know this about you."
Yeah.
No, that's happened. They've just been allowed to take victory laps.
Powers Brothers officially on no skeletons in their closet watch.
Damn.
Presidential candidate watch.
Presidential.
Wow.
I mean, Dan.
The presidential candidate of my childhood.
Yes, yeah. I was gonna say Dan definitely looks the part. They're the best. Great seeing them. Great seeing so many people out here. We have late breaking pronunciation news for the season.
Yes, the NHL dropped another one of those pronunciation guides. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen is back in it. There was another Nico Mikkola also replaying the hits with his name. Yeah, both those guys are in there just doing their absolute beautiful names. But as longtime listeners of this show know, we've constantly been perplexed by the pronunciation of Roope Hintz.
Of Mr. Hintz.
Roope Hintz. Well, from the man's mouth himself, Roope Hintz.
Oh my God! Fuck off.
Roope Hintz. Like basically one word. Like Roope Hintz, basically, it is how he pronounced his name.
Are you sure it wasn't because I was always big team? It's Ropa.
No,
But he
this
said
one,
straight up rope.
like basically Roope Hintz.
Keep the change.
Yes, like we're gooning on the
That's a
on the
completely
ice.
new one.
Yeah,
That is a completely
that's why
new
that's
one.
why I wanted to hit it. I didn't want to just replay the hits of this thing. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick and show you. It kind of stunned me. Oh, there's Ukko. Where's my?
Did you drop
no.
the Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen? Did you play that drop?
No, that was
Oh,
me.
You just had that on your computer.
Yeah, I'm trying to just pull this up real quick.
Philip Forsberg.
Roope Hintz. Roope Hintz.
Damn. Okay. So what I thought
I wonder
was
if it's
gonna
a
happen,
nickname. Like that's how you shorten Rupe.
I mean,
No,
if,
because
if you're
this is
doing
the
your nickname
purpose
of
for
this
a
video.
pronunciation
I was
guide,
just
you're
kidding.
hilarious.
Yeah. That would be incredible.
Brave Dave Bean.
I like that they have like Philip Forsberg in there. He's like Philip Forsberg.
Yeah. Like what else could it possibly be?
Yeah, Hampus Lindholm was in there. He was like Hampus Lindholm.
Okay, what I was concerned about, I thought you were going to say there was an update on the pronunciation, and here it is. And I thought you were going to show me video of him saying Roope Hintz.
Oh, you thought I was gonna Dan Powers you victory lap?
Oh, no, not even that. No, like I thought it was going to be him saying the thing that everyone says, and I was prepared to say, can't trust it.
Right.
Because I know a guy called Brad who is like, what do people think my name is today? Fine. Yeah, that's my name. Whatever. I don't care about my name. You got to respect yourself, Brad.
Roope Hintz.
Stand on your name.
Rope Hintz.
Rope
And then
Hintz.
the thing is that we are gonna start calling him Rope Hintz, and people are gonna be like, "Why are you calling him that for every time for the rest
Oh,
of
that's the
forever?"
best.
Puck knower.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the best. Do you know how often I try to say niche and champing at the bit, and like I write the word phase because it's bait for people being like, hey, I think you said that wrong, or hey, I think you spelled that wrong. Oh, now that you brought it up, I know how to do it.
We didn't mention
The rope man.
Yeah, I love that. That could be misconstrued.
Yeah, rope, but also rope guy playing in Texas.
Ooh, oh,
We have
so
what's his
Cowboys?
name?
Like,
Dwayne Robertson.
If we could trust the Dallas Stars to make any good merch, they should make rope
Cowboy
Hintz
Rope
shirts.
Just not rope hats.
Which
We don't like those.
I didn't mention this.
I was gonna say, I
I did
forgot,
not mention
never
this
brought
on the
it up.
podcast.
He cut the cord.
I cut the cord. I'm a cord cutter. I got one of those rope hats and I cut the cord. That's so good. I love that.
We're cord cutters. We're stoolies and we're cord cutters.
Yeah.
Stoolies meaning we're Michael Stuhlbarg heads.
Yep. I'm a cord cutter. I got one of those rope hats because I love the design so much, and I just said goodbye to the rope, and turns out still looks like a good hat. You can still do that. It's super easy.
Damn. There was a really good Chargers hat that had rope, and I'm not brave like that.
One thing that we missed earlier this week is Kevin Pasternak.
Oh yeah.
Kevin Pasternak. Did you see that?
No.
Shout out Fanatics Social.
Fanatics released a list of their best-selling
yes.
jerseys for the year.
I did see that. Yes.
Did you, by chance, also see on that list was a Florida Panther?
Okay. So
Top 10 selling jerseys of last season.
Is it Brad Marchand?
Brad Marchand.
Yeah.
That rocks.
I feel like everyone wanted to get that jersey. I mean, I would take that jersey in a
That
heartbeat.
shows you how much people hate the Bruins because there was a player that they liked.
A rental. A rental was a top 10
and they
jersey.
finally got a jersey. They'd be like, finally get this jersey. I'm maybe projecting a little bit, but
No, I mean, you read it right off the bat. You were like, that is, what'd you call it? Like ultimate hater jersey?
oh, it's the greatest hater jersey of all time. Yeah,
Not anymore.
not really. Yeah,
Kind of lost a little bit of that stink.
Yeah, but still, I still don't think Bruins fans would necessarily be pleased by somebody wearing a Brad Marchand Panthers jersey to the Garden.
No, I mean, like,
I saw a Patrick Waugh jersey, Patrick Waugh Canadiens jersey at the game last night, which was an Avalanche game, and I was really confused by that. Like, that seems like you're making fun of the Canadians if
Right.
you're wearing a Patrick Waugh Canadiens jersey to an Avalanche game, but you're wearing a team. I mean, it honestly sounds like something I would do. Like,
Just
you're
a Waugh
wearing
head.
the jersey of a team to make fun of that team.
or maybe
I
it
think
was
it's
just
just a
an
Waugh hat.
Avalanche fan who was like a day one Patrick Waugh respecter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, maybe.
And-
But the question is then, do they have an Islanders jersey or a suit? I guess with
Like-
an Islanders pin.
Alec, I keep yelling to you off mic, and I understand that these
Good
are unidirectional,
podcasting.
so people aren't picking them up. But thumbs up or thumbs down or jump in. Like, you don't see Wayne Gretzky Oilers jerseys here, right?
No, rarely. You do see a lot of Kings Gretzky jerseys, so we
Yeah.
sell a lot of those too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, you're legend. You're doing it for your team, not the
Right.
hey, they did a bunch of other cool shit.
Maybe they're just a Canadiens fan. They're neutral and they like Waugh, and they're like, I guess this kind of relates a little bit, so I'm gonna wear it.
I have decided. You folks saw me take it for a spin the other day at the Chargers game. When I see someone wearing the colors or the uniform or the merchandise of a team that has not a fucking thing to do with that game, and I pass the person,
Go Pats.
I'm always going to say go whatever that team is, because A, it just feels fun, but also, like, is that what you were looking for?
You're right.
Is that what you were dressing up coming to the big game for?
I mean, it's to a certain extent, like, you just kind of like puck or you kind of like football. And if you got an opportunity to go to a football game and you got a football shirt, wear your football shirt. I do like that you guys can kind of meet a little bit or like balance each other out here, because Sean fucking hates those people and you're just like, I'll give him a what's up.
Well, also, I'm not making fun of them, but I'm just like, I don't know. It's like what I used to do is I would do what I called the eye punish back when iPods existed. If like I was in a car with a friend or whatever, and they gave me their iPod, like play a song, I would try to find the song to like punish them for having that song on their iPod. Now I'm gonna fucking play it, and everyone knows that you're listening to whatever stupid thing.
That's terrible behavior.
I agree, it's terrible behavior.
It's terrible behavior.
It goes against what I stand for, like for the last like 20 years,
And
too,
also-
which is like I don't believe in guilty pleasures.
Yeah, I was gonna say like if
It's
if
also
you like the song, but like what are you gonna do? Like
Well, if you have
also,
Thunder,
like-
for example, like I'm hammering Thunder.
Also, it's like somebody gave you a gun and you just got used
Shot
it on
them
them.
with it.
Yeah, it's like, please, I need your gun to have a good time here, and then you immediately shoot them.
I saw the clip of the Anthony Jeselnik joke. You know, the joke about his fraternity brother Clumsy.
No.
He says, I was in a fraternity, obviously. I'm a cool guy. One of our brothers, we called him Clumsy. He was so clumsy. And one day, he said, guys, I'm going to get a gun. And we said, Clumsy, do not get a gun. You're going to end up killing yourself. Sure enough, he got a gun, and he killed himself. He hated that nickname.
What? I don't know if I understand. Like,
He was saying like they gave him a nickname he hated, and they wouldn't stop calling it, so he died.
God.
It's an Anthony Jeselnik.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with it.
Okay. Do we have a slate grade, Sean?
yes, we do.
Let's do it.
Let's take a look. It's got to be better than last night, right?
Four gamers starting off 7 p.m. Eastern in the United States and Canada, 10 p.m. Eastern or Pacific in the California in Canada. The Maple Leafs host the Canadiens. 500 out of 500.
Yep.
Amazing. The Bruins visit the Washington Capitals. That
Not
one's
a
on
500 out of
TNT.
500.
No, that's
But enough intrigue.
I'll tell you what.
Last season opener for Alexander Ovechkin?
I mean,
Question mark?
for Alexander Ovechkin, maybe. You keep making the comparison. Like, maybe the Bruins could be last year's Washington Capitals, where they did a bunch of weird shit in the offseason.
Why'd you get that guy?
and
Why'd
it-
you get that guy?
And it just 100% works out, and 100% hit rate, and you have a great season.
They didn't acquire anybody nearly as cool.
As
the people
Pete
at the
noted,
Caps
we
did.
were on the we were doing the Kings radio at intermission, and I brought up that point of like, here's like the pie in the sky, like best case scenario for the Bruins, which was like, even if that worked out, I was like, that then you're like a wild card team.
Yeah.
And Pete was like, cool, who's the PLD there?
Yeah.
Right, like they took chances on guys with high ceilings who just kind of fell out of favor elsewhere,
Yeah,
and the Bruins
and-
took
yeah.
chances on third and fourth liners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Casey Middlestat.
Man, we got 3 great rivalry games. So Canadiens
Man,
at
yeah.
Toronto, Battle of Alberta to begin the season on a
Crazy.
Wednesday night. That
Fresh
is
off
fantastic.
that McDavid extension.
I don't know if it is fantastic.
Yeah,
I feel like
Oh.
that's wasting a bullet.
Yeah, true, because the first game's going to be an event either way.
Well,
You're
Yeah.
right,
I mean,
you're right, I agree.
but I don't know. Like we saw it last night with the Kings game. Like it got chippy at points. Like if I don't have a problem with them coming out swinging. The only problem would be if
No,
they
I'm
were
not-
still like.
I'm not saying that,
feeling
like
each
it
other
can't
out.
be a great game
Yeah.
or it can't be like. I'm just saying people are
want
going to
it
be
later in the
excited about this game no
Yeah.
matter what.
But I
Like,
don't know.
give it to me Saturday,
I like-
and I'll be fucking amped.
I wish it was
Yes,
nationally
yeah.
televised in the States. Like I like them being like, this is when there's eyes. We're gonna get people locked into the hockey season by giving them a banger off rip. Like if you give them
Yeah.
a bunch of stinkers off rip, then they might not be.
But
I
you
guess
know what?
I guess my bigger problem is that we don't get enough of these games,
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
when I see one used on the season opener, I'm like, oh, that's just one less for later in the year.
I want to know who the Kings hurt.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
back to back, hosting the Avs and then going to Vegas is brutal.
Habs
I
Golden
have
Knights
such a good
back to
joke I
back
want
is
to make,
horrible.
but we're at the Kings studio with the Kings employee. But yeah, this is a punishment from the hockey gods, back to back, and against like 2 cup contenders, including travel. You said that you want the Battle of Alberta Saturday.
Mhm.
I agree, and this maybe does speak to them like putting too much stuff up front. You are getting something equal to that on Saturday.
Is it the Battle of Alberta?
Nope.
Because they do have the tendency of just like
They-
loading
home and
those
home.
games
Yeah.
up.
I'll say better than the Battle of Alberta. 2 Western Canada teams.
Oh, is this Evander Kane's return by chance?
Canucks,
The Vancouver
Oilers?
Canucks at the Edmonton Oilers
I mean,
on Saturday.
fuck
So
yeah.
that is going to be
yeah, Evander Kane revenge game.
that is going to be Podkolzin versus Kane. Just damn.
See if Kiefer Sherwood can retain his
Yeah.
crown as the NHL.
I
16.
mean, we love the Battle of Alberta. It's had many, many hits. I would say at this moment in time,
Agree.
Canucks Oilers probably has more hatred to it than those two.
Dude, the Canucks found a way to get Connor McDavid suspended for a long time.
That's pretty
Connor
crazy.
Garland got under their skin.
Yeah.
That rock.
So this slate, man. In the early days, I would really like almost always going A-, and then very rarely going A.
I feel like that's bad behavior. You can't. You gotta grade these in a vacuum. I think.
I think that this is an A.
I
think
don't
this
know
is
how
an
you
A.
could not say this. is
Yeah.
an A.
Yeah.
Like 3 of 4 great games, and then one game that like if it were a normal slate, it's like the old like the Jack Eichel thing. Like in a normal draft, this guy's going first overall. On a normal day, Bruins Capitals, I'm pretty excited to watch. So yeah, easy A.
My only complaint is the structure: 7:30, and 2 10s. Like mix in a 9.
Last
Although
thing,
good for us.
Yeah, we're plane boys tonight, so we will have some entertainment on the plane.
last thing I have to say, the Nashville Predators do not play tonight. They play tomorrow, and when they do, I thought I was gonna get you with this, and you had it quick as a whip, folks. Brady Martin will be centering the Nashville Predators first line. That is
Crazy.
incredible. Who's
You know what's kind of ironic about that? Like the one guy who didn't go to the NHL draft this year is the one who's like has the most prominent role on night 1.
working
he is
for him.
centering Ryan O'Reilly on the right wing, and then I can't pronounce this guy's name on the left wing, but he wears number 9.
Philip Forsberg.
Philip, I got it. Yeah. Sweet.
We got a video for you if you need help.
Wait, so Martin's wearing number 44. Okay.
Put your 4s up. Go Qs.
That is a...
It's big John Riggins behavior.
Yeah.
Yes, we kept seeing
Redskins great.
R word jerseys at the game against the Commanders, and I thought that there were just a bunch of Washington fans that had Tim Riggins jerseys
I kind
made
of
for their team.
I kind of do like. Well, it's like when Bruins fans wear like weird Happy Gilmore jerseys, and you're
Well, like they actually make those now.
yeah, the Bruins sell
Yeah,
them.
I know.
Weird behavior.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I like Brady Martin wearing 44. You know why?
44 is a good number.
Fullback
up there.
number.
It's
He's
Cam
supposed to be a
Scadaboo.
fullback.
True,
It's Cam Scadaboo.
he's the farm boy. Yeah,
It's Cam Scadaboo's
this
number.
does this. Yes, yeah, this fits. Okay, I like this. All right.
It is like a. So I don't know if you know this. 44 is like a very important number to Syracuse University. Our 3 famous running backs, including Jim Brown and Jim.
That's 42, isn't
Ernie
it?
Davis. No, 44.
Oh, really? I
At
thought it was
Syracuse.
42.
No, that's Jackie.
I think Pete knows. He went to Syracuse.
Yeah, but that's like a grinder number. Like I like that.
I'll tell you what. I'm looking at, well, Lord forgive me, back on my bullshit, looking at the Predators' top 9,
Oh no.
having a bit of fun with it.
In what way? In like
you know what way?
not like in a Washington Capitals kind of way.
Like, I like it. Yeah, like, I don't think they're going to surprise anybody, pull any stuff or whatever, but
Like, oops,
What-
I'll grab
I'm
ass.
watching that game tomorrow. Like, that's how I'll put it.
What was I'm trying to remember? Like, were you this team is going to be fun, or this team is going to surprise people with the Caps?
This team, it's like off-season winners, but it was kind of tongue-in-cheek, but I was like on record, like they could be awesome.
I keep replaying the quote that he had in the season preview, which was like, this team could finish
Yeah.
1 through 8.
No. I said that about the Metropolitan. I said, and every team could finish any of the spots.
I think you might have said that about the Caps
I
too.
th- I
I
feel
said,
like
I
you
definitely
said
said it about the Flyers. I felt that way about the Caps.
Yeah.
I feel like you were higher on the Caps last year than a lot of other people
Oh,
were.
I mean,
So,
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I mean,
Tip
if you
of
were
the cap.
if you watched that off season and you were slightly excited, you were more excited than anybody else. It looked like because it looked like they were shuffling deck chairs.
Yeah.
I didn't think like I will not victory lap that, but yeah, I thought that was so fun. Like when you get a bunch of weird pieces, what does that look like when they hit? And it was really fun last year. Bands. And
I don't think
Maker
that team's going to be very good. Like I'll go out on a limb
Capitals
there.
or Preds?
The Preds, but I hope that they're at least kind of fun. Like at least like I hope it's not sad.
Nope,
I
Brady
feel
Martin's
bad
fun.
for Steven Stamkos.
Who is the
Yeah.
best Brady on the Preds this year?
Ooh.
Shea or Martin?
I mean, I don't know. Feel like
Brady Shea playing with Nick Perbix.
Brady-
That's a pro-Deej pairing.
is in a much better position to succeed in terms of the fact that he's not getting paid that much and people don't have an opinion on him. So if he's
Brady Martin.
if he's
Yeah.
just like average, people are like, oh, cool, our rookie was good.
I mean,
Shea has higher expectations.
Last
that he
time
might not have this year.
a high first round pick was just thrown into a 1C role in their rookie year. It was Matty Beniers, and he ended up winning the Calder. So maybe Brady
I
Martin.
don't like you. You got to keep that private. We can't be giving away a game like that.
That's behind
The
paywall.
odds are going to change.
True.
Oh, true. Very smart. Odds are we've got a pro shop to hit. We love you folks. Thanks so much for bearing with us while we've been in LA. We have been having a blast. We've been, as Pete said, working a lot, making a lot of things. We're going to have it out. Keep an eye peeled. In the meantime, make sure you're subscribed everywhere you can be. We love you.
Please like the video. We're low on likes, so hit that like spike right
yes.
now. Thank you very much. And if you
Watch the preview. The preview is not
yeah.
going to age like ever, although parts of it were aged before we even put it out. But we threw in enough clips of Tim Robinson in the hot dog suit saying "wrong" when we theorized the Hurricanes were going to get Kirill Kaprizov.
There's really something for everybody in that video.
yeah, so
Yes.
that's.
I mean, quite literally because it's all 32 teams, but
I will implore you, if you're going to do anything, like I would love for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. But if I'm imploring you to do anything, please go watch our season preview stuff because these guys fucking grinded their dicks off to make it happen. And I'm very, very proud and happy of the result. So please go watch that.
I'm just kind of curious what people's like favorite little jokes were because I saw someone tweet at us the
Big time
Toronto
horse
horse thing.
respecters, yeah.
Yeah, but like there's
Horse
a lot
heads
of
will
little
like this video.
There's a lot of little things in there, like you pointed out the John Gibson, Anaheim Ducks trade block Hall of Fame.
I made a 9/11 joke and it was received very, very well. So
He made a 9/11 joke and we kept it in.
Yeah, so-
There's a lot of good stuff in there.
Felt
All
like the right thing to do.
Hashtag TTA.
Oh,
TTA is going to stick. It is
That's
definitely
got it.
going to stick.
Yeah.
So go watch that video, please. We will see you back on the East Coast tomorrow. And boy, you're going to want to see what we look like. So thank you for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow.